All right, so we're testing this again. I don't know if it's going to work out for us, but we're going to try it. Hopefully we can get some video and get some chat, and let's see what happens. It's just coming through right now, and it looks like still got a little bit of a buffering issue. Let's see what we have. See what we got here. Let's see. And I'm not sure if it's coming through. I know it's buffering a little bit. Anything right now? Let's see. Test 1, 2. A little bit of lag time. All right, there's Chris from Sideshow. It's still got a little bit of a buffer, y'all. So not sure if that's weather that's happening or if it's my settings, but it does seem to be better. Excellent. Thanks, James. Good to talk to you. Man, I don't know if this is going to work out very good, but we're going to try. Is the audio good? Because I know the video seems to be a little choppy. All right, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to see if this video is going to work out, and I'm looking for feedback, but right now we do have a little bit of weather. I'm in Tennessee, by the way. Good. I'm glad to hear that, James. Excellent. So yeah, so I'm in Tennessee. We are having some transition from rain right now to sleet, and probably going to be snow in the very near future. So we're just going to see how this is going to work out, even with the weather. But I wanted to kind of get with the community out there and just talk a little bit more about trends and the way the trends have been working for me at the casino, and kind of give you some of the tools that I've been using. So I have tried the trend betting now twice at the casino. Thanks for Chris on the video. I'm glad it looks good. So love Tennessee. I do too, man. Tennessee is it's home, and it's an intentional home. I love it here. Absolutely love it. The only problem is there's no casinos really in Tennessee. So you got to go to another state if you want to play. That's the only reason, the only bad thing about Tennessee. But that also is a good thing, because had I had a casino in my early times of learning craps, I would probably be broke. So it gave me a little bit of a throttle on not playing too much. But now that I've got some strategies that are working and a system that's working, and yeah, I didn't know Idaho doesn't have any craps. Okay, and it's cold in Idaho. My daughter and I made a trip about, I guess it's 2 years ago now. It was right when COVID first came out. She's a travel nurse, and she went to Idaho, and I drove her from Tennessee to Idaho. Got there very quickly. But anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the trend betting. Nice, Chris. So you in Clarksville? That's not too far away. So I wanted to really touch on the trend better a little bit and get y'all's feedback. Okay. So the reason that I wanted to talk trend better is because the trend better strategy has been a strategy that I have, or a system that I've done, and I've actually had some pretty good success with it. And I wanted to I don't want to overstate it, but at the same time, I don't want to understate what I've seen at the casino doing my trend better strategy. And trends have been around for a long time, and a lot of people have been doing trend betting for a lot longer than I am, so I don't act like this is mine. But I do think that I'm doing a spin on it that's a little bit unique in the sense that I'm using an actual 72 roll burst. And this piece of paper that I'm showing you on the camera is the paper that I use at the table when I'm at the casino. And it's just a chart that kind of shows you what 72 rolls are and what that would look like as you fill them in. And I had an ink pen up here, somewhere around here. Let me grab it. And what I would do is I would just shade these in, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. But yeah, you need a pen and a piece of paper. That's really all you need. And this is something that I printed out, made on Excel, and it's literally something that you can put in your pocket. So yeah, so John Patrick, definitely trends are everything. He's definitely somebody that understands the game. And I'm doing just a little something different. The more data, the better, right? For most. And I'm doing it in a more of a practical fashion for my play. And I can't sit there for 2.5 hours. I don't enjoy sitting at a craps table 2.5 hours unless I'm winning for the 2.5 hours. I enjoy going, moving away from the table and coming back to the table. So tracking, for 2.5 hours, 3 hours is kind of, if I'm doing that, then I'm in a battle. And I don't really enjoy battling at craps. I enjoy winning. But I will do the battle because you have to. You got to be ready. You got to be prepared to do the battle. It's going to happen. But what I'm looking at is a 72 roll burst. And that's this piece of paper right here. It's basically just giving you an idea of 172. Yeah, that's a lot of data in 2 hours, no doubt. This is just a 72 roll graph. So you just fill it in as you're playing along, and it gives you an idea of where you're at with the number of rolls without having to count the rolls. So I try to keep it as no-brainer as I possibly can because that's the way I like to play. I like to be kind of systematic in my gameplay, and I wanted to comment on the fact that I've played this twice, and I mean that I've been to the casino twice in the last few weekends. I guess in the last 5 weeks, I've been 2 overnight trips. And one trip, I made $400. That's when I was a little timid. And then the next trip, I made $900. So I'm getting a little bit more confident. Now, it's not an easy run all the time, and I've not went below my bankroll that I had, but there has been some battles in there. That last one that I made $900, that was a pretty good battle. And at the end, it was $900 winner, but it's not just you're going to walk up to the table and bam, you're going to have $900. You're going to win. It's going to take some time, if you're having a battle. So I want to show, here's $600 on the bankroll. I'm going to show you how this plays out at the table. I've got another series of videos that are going to be coming out. I'm calling it the TrendBetter 2.0. And somebody just came to the door. Christy? It must be snowing. She's wanting to show me the snow. But yeah, so I wanted to go ahead and start showing everyone what actually is happening at the table. I'm going to roll this out, the $600 bankroll. I'm going to start out with a $60 don't pass. Now, this is in my series that's going to be coming out, this TrendBetter 2.0. It's actually looking for the sevens a little bit, and I'm starting to gauge the table. I'm using a table gauge with 3 chips, and you'll see a little bit more about that in my videos that are going to be coming out. And I'm actually moving up to $180 on the don't pass. So it's going to get pretty aggressive. I'm trying to move to another level of betting because I won on the first TrendBetter episodes that I broadcast. I went from $600 to almost $1,800 in 7 videos. What is going on? There is someone at the door. But this time, so on the next series of betting, I'm going to have $1,800 as my starting bankroll. and I'm going to $5,400. That's where I want to stop. So making 3 times a bankroll after doing the battle back and forth is a pretty tall order, guys. You know, if you play a lot, and I know that most of you guys that are watching right now are players, and you know, to be able to walk to the table, walk away from the table, and you know, what did James say? Just go grab the door. It's okay. We can wait. Let's see. Walk away from the table, $1. I beat the casino. That helps me keep my attitude in check, especially as I get ready to go into the belly of the beast in Vegas. No doubt. No doubt. So thanks for the shout out on that, Chris, on the TrendBetter. The TrendBetter 2.0, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of a spoiler in the sense that it's a battle. I want to tell you, it's a battle. At this point, I've recorded 8 sessions. I think it's 8 episodes, and I'm up positive money, but it has not been easy. But the big thing that I'm introducing in the TrendBetter 2.0 is really a 3-chip temperature gauge. And after 3 losses on the don't pass, not consecutive, I mean, if it could be consecutive losses, but if I lose a chip, for example, I got a pass line winner, and then a don't pass winner, I pull a chip. And then if I get another pass line and another pass line, I actually change to a pass line strategy, which is another very, very uncomfortable betting for me. It's not the way I typically play. I typically play on the don't. But yeah, so anyway, I want to go ahead and get started. I want to shoot some dice here. I do have $60 here. The way I bet this is I don't know what the trends are, but I'm going to start out with a $60 don't pass, and I'm going to play a 6 and an 8 for 30, and we're going to see how it rolls out and just see what kind of trends we can identify. And the whole time, I'm only going to use this piece of paper and a pen, and we'll just mark them up as we get them. And I'll show it to you like I was doing it at the table, because it's really not that big of a deal. And you'll get some interesting folks that'll ask you what you're doing. Some people will think that I've had, the wives of some folks ask me what I'm doing, and I'll tell them, and they'll go, "Oh, that's really smart." And then I'll have some people that look at me like, "What are you doing?" So you're going to get some different looks. But to me, if you win, that's what matters. The whole point that you're there, there's only one reason. It's to walk away with more money. So let's roll the dice. Let's see how they're going to roll today. Hopefully this comes through. So there's a hard 4. 4 hard. And we're going to mark that 4. And I just scratch it on the paper like that. Mark the 4 there. And just pick up a 6 and an 8. No big deal. And then we'll just see if we can make that 6 or 8. There's an 8. So 53-8, easy winner. I like it when they hit our point for the first time. That's a lucky bet. We don't have any trends. None. There's 0 trends, so that's just a lucky bet coming out of the gate. Oh, and I didn't mark that. So I just scratch it on the paper like that. And then a 7 out. So we got 60 there, 60 here, 7 out. It's interesting to note. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed on this. Man, when the 7s get hot, that's a good thing. It's a very good thing when those 7s get hot and you're on that don't. It's something you got to notice and take advantage of. So that's 60 for 60, and that's the end of that shooter. We'll move on to another one. Is the stream still coming through, guys? Yeah, so that's what this table temperature gauge thing is supposed to help us gauge, Chris. We're trying to figure out if the table's hot, because if the table's hot and you're on the don't, it's bad. It's very, very bad. That's the one thing that I've seen on my videos is sometimes it can be a bad deal. So yeah, writing on paper is what you have to do at the table. So yeah, you gotta take the paper with you. So that's off. New shooter, new dice. 5. So the point now is going to be 5. It's a 32. We'll mark the 5. Again, the 7s aren't hot. You can look at this. We'll mark that 5 right there. So the 7s aren't hot. We're just going to play it out. Everything is just kind of rolling right now. And there's a 9, center field 9. We'll mark the 9. Makes it really easy to do this. And there's a 5. That's the point. All right, so we're going to lose right there. Let me mark that 5. So that's 2 5s that we've hit in just a few rolls. We lose the 60. I'm going to put this down right here to gauge the table because that was a pass line winner. All right, and the same shooter, same dice. Dice are out. And there's a 0.7 or a 7 come out winner. That's another loser, $60. So we've got 2 7s now. And we've had 2 hot numbers hit. We started out with $600. Dice are out. And the point is 6 this time. What happened? I did something. No, we hit the point. All right, sorry. All right, so there's a 6. 6 is going to be the point. So I'm going to move this over to the 5, and we'll just put the 5 right there, and we'll mark that 6 on our paper. It's really easy to do, guys. That's the whole thing I want to show you is this is not difficult. This is just simple. An ink pen and a piece of paper. You're not writing down numbers and chicken scratches that you can't make sense out of anything. You're literally just scratching the number down and that's it. All right, here we go. Dice round. 4. So that's a little Joe. We'll mark that 4. Is that the second 4? Yeah, we had a hard 4, didn't we? Another 4. Okay, so now I'm starting to get a little aware of what's going on. The 4s are looking really good, but I'm not ready to make a bet yet. Not ready to change it up. 6. 6 hard. Okay. That's another loser on the don't pass. And this is where I transition. So that's the 3rd loss. And I didn't mark the 6, so let me mark the 6 on the paper. And now what do? So now the table is not don't pass friendly. So you can either stick to the don't pass right now, or you can go ahead and make a pass line pivot and just adapt your play. Let's try that. Let's go to the pass line for 25. Let's see how that works out, because I've played it off camera and sometimes it does really well. That's the reason I'm gauging the table. That's the whole reason I'm gauging it. So let's roll it out. Dice are out. 7, there's a front line winner. So one thing I'm also noticing while I'm playing this, especially if I'm on the pass line, and that's a $25 winner, and of course these bets are off, is I'm looking at the 7s. If the 7s are getting hot, I'm taking note of that because that's a don't pass friend. So let's see what keeps going. Let's see what the table keeps showing us. 8. Easy 8. Now, the 8, although not hot, I'm convicted when I make a pass line pivot. And what I mean by that is I'm going to actually put odds on that 8. I'm going to move this over, but I'm not going to put a whole lot of money out here on the bets that I have. But I am going to pick up a $25 4. So right now I'm playing a 4 and I'm playing an 8. So we're playing for a hot table and we're playing for the 4. And there's a 5. That's a dead roll for us. Mark that 5. 5s are looking pretty good. There's a 3 craps. It's the first one of that. Let me check up on the chat, see if anybody's chatted anything. All right, great idea and preparation for live play. Like the idea. Thanks, Chris. Patrick Monitor, right bettors die broke. I'm not sure if that is completely true, but I think there's some merit to it. No doubt, James. I think that's the reason I've been on the don't pass as my predominant starting bet, but that doesn't always work out. And I'm just trying to see if there's anything else to table gauging. So right now we're right side betting. This is for the light side. So here we go. I'm betting that we're going to hit that 8. There's a 10, easy 10. So I'm going to mark that 10. It's a dead roll for us. Remember, it's all about winning positive money. And look, there is an 8, a 53-8 just happened. So that's a winner on the pass line. And this is the reason that I'm gauging the temperature of the table. And we'll pay 60 on that 50 on odds. So that's a winner for us. I don't know if I marked the 8 or not, but I'm going to mark it now. Live streaming, talking, and playing, marking the chart. I might make a mistake. Y'all pick me up if I do. All right, so we are still right side betting. So here we go. Nicer route. There's a 6 easy. So I'm going to mark the 6. I'm going to scratch the 6. And I'm still all in on a hot table. Still like the 4 too. And there's the 4. All right, that helps out a lot. So that's going to be 50. I'm going to pay a $2 VIG. Just like that. And I'm going to scratch the 4. The 4s are hot. I'll just show you what I got so far, just so you can see where the bets are, or where the numbers are landing right now. You can see the 4s are hot. And let's roll it out. And there's an 8, easy 8. So I'm just watching the probability of the numbers and the frequency of the numbers. That's all I'm doing. And there's a 7 out. So we'll scratch that 7. Just like that. Of course, we lose the bets here. And that is a don't pass winner. So we were playing the pass line. So I'm gauging the table with that chip right there. But I'm still convicted that this is a hot table. 8. Back on that 8. Still convicted about the table and the 4. So I'm going to buy that 4. Let's see how this rolls out. There's a hard 8. So yeah, the 3 chip pivot, or the temperature gauge of the table that I'm using, is actually doing pretty well sometimes. Doesn't do well all the time, but it does do well some of the time. So that was a frontline winner. We'll pick up this chip. We're back to neutral. We don't know if it's a hot table or cold table, but it sure is seeming like it is a hot table. So I'm going to continue playing the pass line. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. So that was, yeah, we're coming back out. And a 9, center field 9. I think that is the first 9 we've hit. No, second. That's the reason you got to scratch these numbers down. I'm going to put 2 times odds on that 9. I'm liking the 8 and the 4. So let's pick up the 8 too. And you could do this. There's nothing against the rules on doing this. There's a 9, frontline winner. So yeah, if you've watched my videos, you know I don't play the pass line. But why would you fight the table if that's what it's showing to you? So that'll be 75 in odds, 25 on the flat. And that was a 9 again. And we'll scratch the 9. Same dice, same shooter. So all right, so this is not a software. This is just a system that I've been developing and refining, James. It's, if you've seen my Trend Better series, I explain what I'm doing. The next episodes that you're going to see is a Trend Better 2.0, where I'm using this 3-tip temperature gauge. These are just tools to try to get an idea of what bets you should make. It's not necessarily a system that I'm selling or anything. It's just something that I'm playing and that's working for me. It's working for me in my practice sessions. It's working for me at the casino. So I don't have a whole lot of experience with strategies where I can just repetitively go to the casino or repetitively play them at my table, and over the test of time, and I'm talking about 2.5 months, almost 3 months that I've been playing like this, I haven't lost, and I haven't lost my bankroll. And that's what it's all about, right? You go in with a bankroll and you never lose that bankroll. You only give yourself a chance to continue to build that bankroll. And this has been the bankroll building strategy that I'm actually defining as we go through this. All right. So yeah, another Patrick saying 3 losses on a roll and walk away, or wait a bit and see where the table is going. Or I will offer the other solution. Change the way you're betting. You know, change the way you're betting. Watch what the table is doing and what you're doing, because you have that information. You know, you're seeing what's happening at the table. Why not adapt to what the table's showing you? Does it work all the time? Absolutely not. Walking away works all the time, right? So it is a bit of an aggressive move, but I'm more of a want to play person. So when I'm in the game, I want to play the game. So I don't want to walk away unless I have to. That's the only time I want to walk away. And that's usually when I hit 0 on my bankroll for that session. I always have a backup bankroll, which I haven't had to use. All right, so here we go. Dice are out. 7, that's a frontline winner. So another $25 winner. I'll mark the 7. The 7s are trending a little bit, but not too much. There's an 11. That's going to be a frontline winner. It's the first 11 that we've had. It's another $25 winner. So yeah, and I got to be honest. I mean, hey, how's it going? Mid-Atlantic, it's in the house. Very good. So yeah, that's what you guys know, I don't bet the pass line. So for me to be betting the pass line right now, something has to move me to make that bet. And that's what's going on. So Jeff, glad to have you, man. All right, so here we go. Dice are out. 3 craps. Okay, so it took one away. We'll mark a 3 right here, and that is a loss. So I'm going to gauge it with that chip right there. I'm going to put 25 back out here. Let's see how it goes. And there's a 10. So I'm still betting that this table is hot. I don't have anything to tell me otherwise. So I'm going to put 2 times odds here. The 8s are pretty hot and the 4s are pretty hot. So I'm going to leave those bets out there. Like I said, it's pretty aggressive play for me. And there's a 4, easy 4, but you can't, sometimes when the table is showing you what it's showing you, you got to make the bets, right? So that's going to be a $50 winner. And we'll pay a $2 big. Just like that. And we're still in the game. Nice route. And there's a 7 out. All right, so that is a loss. And it's a pretty big loss. And we'll mark it right there. We're still on the pass line, though. Still on the pass line. Let's see, the stream's current bit rate. This is my first time streaming. So I'm not sure if it's coming through. How's the video coming through, guys? Is it doing all right? I appreciate it, Jeff. So is the video coming out all right? We're going to stay on this pass line for a minute. Looks like the table hasn't turned yet. But I want to make sure that I've got a warning that's up here that's telling me that if the current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. So I don't know if that's good or bad. So just trying to see if this is working. So I'm going to do a $25 buffering. What do you have the bit rate set? I think it's somewhere around 2,500 kilobytes per second, but we do have some weather that's coming through that might be messing me up. And I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm probably going to get a landline next time. So you're wondering if I'm going to have some protection on that, right? So there is another tool that I haven't introduced, and it's really laying the cold number, but I'm not committed to laying the cold number right now. It's one of those that I'm looking at it for protection, Chris, but but I don't know. I don't know. So let's go ahead and let's see how this is going to roll out. So we just finished another roller. We lost. Let's see if our pass line is going to continue to reward us. There is an 8. That's an easy 8. Let me mark the 8. The 8s have been hot. I'm still convicted though. You gotta, you know, that's another thing I'm learning about my craps play is being aggressive and convicted. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Jeff's saying 2,500 should be good. Try 4,500 if supported. Yeah, I'm using OBS. Yeah, so you're reading ahead, man. Chris, you're reading ahead. All right, so yeah, so the 8's the point. I'm still convicted that it's a hot table. I'm still convicted about those 4s too. That's about it. That's about all I'm convicted with. So we're going to try that. We're going to see if that works out. Let's see if it's still a pass line table. 5. So 5 is the next point we're going to mark, or the next number that we hit. And let's try it again. And a 7 out. Okay. So guess what, guys? We're going to say the table has just turned. There's 3 chips. I'm now going to the don't pass. Just like that. And we've not made any money, but that's okay, because what I'm really wanting to do is really bet on that don't pass. That's what my comfort zone is. But we stayed in there. We haven't really lost any money. We get to move on to the next shooter. We get to gauge a little bit more of the numbers while playing. So for me, it's a win. So here we go. 8, hard 8. So the 8s have been hot, and so I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I got $60 here. The 7s are kind of mediocre. I'm going to bet a $50 4, and that's it. I'm going to buy that 4 for 50. There's a 3, ace deuce. Yeah, I feel very confident with this strategy. That doesn't mean that it wins all the time. I mean, sometimes it's a battle. And I'll publish the battles. Hard 10, because you guys know there's no such thing as a strategy that wins all the time. Hey, Jeff, so let me read what's some of the comments. I was wondering, yeah, all right, got that one. That was from Chris. Thanks. You understand. I'll definitely have to check out your trend videos out. Yeah, do that, James. It'll explain a lot of what's going on. Thanks, Chris. I know, man. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate your feedback and the call-outs that you put in your videos for us over here. So, yeah, thank you. And Jeff, on the OBS, I will. I'll reach out. This is my second attempt. I tried one earlier. It just didn't work out. So I am trying this one. At least it's doing something, but it's still got a buffering issue. I'd like to get that sorted out, no doubt. But let's see. Excellent, excellent. All right, so I'm going to roll this out. Ooh, aces. That's good. But so that wasn't a come out roll. Dang it. It wasn't good. I was hoping that was good. 10 easy. Do a couple more rolls and I'll read some chat. 6 easy. Yeah, if I was playing all the way across right now, we'd be making money. But that's not what this strategy is about. It's about targeted bet. It's almost like sniper craps. That's we're logging our information, and then we're taking our shots. And there's a 6 again. Those 6s are getting hot. I'll let you guys take a look at the chart real quick. But this is what I'm logging right now, so you can kind of see what's going on. The 6s are getting hot now. What do we got? The 4s are still where it's at, though. If you look at that chart, the 4s are still where it's at. Dice are out. 6. Oh my goodness. The 6s are on fire. And we're missing them. I could throw some money out there, but I'm still playing the 7. And there's a 5. We're going to have a 40 roll here. It's going to go over the top. It's going to be monster roll. And there's another 6 hard way. This trend is a trend that I'm afraid we have missed. I'm afraid we have missed this trend, but what I'm banking on right now is a 4. I'm banking on a 4. That's what I want to happen right now. And it's a 7. All right, so we didn't put any money out there on the 6, so we saved that, at least because I was considering it, as you probably were considering it. But we did win $10 right there. And the table is still looking a little cold, not hitting the point, so we're still on the don't pass, which is a good thing. I really want to play that don't pass. That is exactly where I want to be. Let's see what we got. Jeff definitely knows the tech stuff. Smart guy. Good to know, man. Jeff, nice to meet you. Mac is highly recommended, 5-star. Excellent. Okay. All right. So everything is coming through pretty good. Jeff, thanks, man. Thanks for coming by. We're gonna roll out a few more. We're gonna see how this $600 bankroll does in this trend better. And there's a 6. We know the 6s have been on fire. It has been scorching. But I'm still betting. Let's see, what do we do here? I'm gonna stay on the 4. Just gonna stay on the 4. That's the runner-up hot number. That and the 7. And there's a 10. 10 hard. Now the 10s are tied with the 4s. We could do that. We're going to go to the 4 and the 10. Combine them both. And there's a 4. Man, that's a long roll. So as soon as I move my 50, I get the 4. That's the way it goes. Mark that 4. It is now hotter than the 10, though. Dice are out. And there's a 7 out. So $10 winner. 7 seem to be getting a little hot. I'll move the $10 to my rack, and we'll get a new shooter. Yeah, no kidding, Chris. That's the way it went. And there's a 10. 10 easy. Now the 10s, again, have been hot. The 6s have been hot. So let's go the 7s. So I don't lay odds on the 10. I know a lot of folks just naturally, hey, 4 or 10, lay odds. Man, when the 4s and 10s are hot, I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'm going to try, though. Let's see. We've got $60 to bet. The 4 and the 6 looks good. So let's pick up the 6 for 30, and we'll leave 25 on that 4. And there's a 9, center field 9. That doesn't help us. So we're almost done with about 72 rolls. So it happens that fast. There's a 12 midnight. That's the first time we got one of those. It doesn't take that long when you're at the table. This is literally about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes if you're at the table. And because the dealers are moving fast here lately. I mean, they are really moving. Where I've been to Cherokee, Evansville, Metropolis. You know, those guys they're moving pretty fast. Metropolis I haven't been to recently though. 11, yo 11. But in Evansville, I guess it's Bally's now, it's been moving pretty good. And there's a 7 out. So we only made $5 on that 7. Just like that. We'll mark the 7. It looks like the 7s could be trending a little bit. It's hard to tell. Dice are out. That's off. That's a yo 11. That's going to be a frontline winner. That's going to be a loser for us. So we've done a lot of losing. Mark that 11. And right now it seems like a grinder strategy, but it's not a grinder strategy. It's one of those that it can be a fight like we're in right now. It can be a launch, or it can be, a trickle your bankroll down a little bit. It's not usually, I guess 50% of the time it's going to be a fight. And then the other 25% of the time it's going to be a launch. It's going to launch your bankroll. And then 25% of the time it's going to try to steal your bankroll, but not at the rate that it launches your bankroll, from my experience, because of the pass line pivot. If I stayed on the don't pass, then absolutely. So let's mark that one that we just got. Dice routes, come out roll. Ooh, another 7. That's a come out winner. Looks like we might be in that trickle or a bankroll down. So that's another loss. Let me mark that. Did I mark that 7 already? I'm marking it again. All right, so I'm seeing the 7s trend a little bit now. They're trending just a little bit more than they were. And there's a 4. Easy 4. Let's mark that 4. It is off the chart. Now what you have to do here with a chart like this is you got to add another little square up to the top. That's what I do. Just add another little square at the top, and I know that it's obviously rolled a lot more than it was, and that means it's a hot number. But the 10s have been pretty hot. But the 7s are kind of trending a little bit, so why not lay some odds on that 7? Why not put that odds on the 7, and let's put 25 out there on the 10. Let's go. There's an 8, 8 easy. We'll mark that 8. Dice route. 3, 3 craps. Mark that 3. And there's a 7 out. 7 out. So I'm now gauging the table that the 7s are getting a little bit hotter. So we've got a 60 in the flat and 30 in odds. Rack that up. Okay, now I'm feeling really good. So we're going to do one more shooter, and then we'll finish this off, and we'll talk about it. So here we go. Nice route. Oh, my goodness, a 7, a come out 7. Man, I was thinking that we was going to get some trending 7s, but I didn't want them on the come out. But that's still okay. Now that the 7s are trending, I'm probably not going to use the 3-chip method. If the 7s are hot, don't change over. Don't change over. Okay, that's a little nuanced part of this strategy. And there's a 4. It's been a good one, but I'm going to go 60 bucks in odds because I think the 7's trending. And then we'll pick up something. Let's see. Let's pick up a $25 10. So now we're betting the 7 exclusively, except for the 10, the $25 10. There's an 8, 8 easy. Mark that. Nice route. There's a 9, center field 9. So a bunch of dead rolls now. And that's the bad thing about this strategy is you're going to be watching the table and the things that you targeted aren't hitting. And there's a 10, but when it hits your targeted number, it gives you amnesia on everything else that just happened. So that's a $50 winner, $2 vig. Now all we want is big red. And it's been a good number. So let's see big red. Ah, no, it's a 4. I knew it was hot, but I was hoping the 7 was hotter. So that is going to be a $120 loser. Let's go one more. One more. Now that should transition you. But like I said, the 7s have seemed to be getting hot. I'm not going to make that pass line pivot. I am going to play it on the don't pass. It could bite me, but we're going to see. 5. No field 5. So the 5s, I'll let you see this. The 5s are right there, and they've been cold. So I am actually going to put some odds on that. We'll do $75 in odds, so we're not crazy. And we're going to pick up a 4, and we already have a 10. And now we're playing it out. We're playing it out. 3 craps. This is our last shooter, no doubt. No doubt, because I want to see what the thoughts are. One more, yeah. 6 easy. Mark the 6. And there's a 7 out. Okay, so that is a 7 out. We'll lose this 50. we'll pay 60 on the flat and 50 on odds. And we're going to find out we didn't do anything except hover on this strategy, maybe lost a little bit. So we did start out with a $600 bankroll. We did not win money. 1, 2, 3, 375. That's 400, 425, 445, 450, 455, 457. So $143 in the hole. And that's, you know, that's going to happen. I mean, it's not always going to win. This is a time you walk away from the table. Let me show you the way it went. The fours were happening. We did that pass line pivot that I'm toying with on the temperature gauge. We won money on that 5 that I laid odds. I could have went hard on those odds, but I didn't. And that's how it rolled out. So I just wanted to kind of get your guys' thoughts on it. It works a lot. And when it doesn't work, it trickles your bankroll a little bit. But when it works, it doesn't trickle your bankroll. That's a losing session. That's what just happened. We lost $143 of a $600 bankroll. That's a table that did not go well for this strategy. Although it's a loss, it doesn't knock you out. It keeps you in the game. You just add $143 to your bankroll and you can start back again with a $600 bankroll. And you're still in the game on the next session. So what do you think? Do you think it's got merit? Do you think there's something to it? I do. It looks like a lot of people that have been playing craps a lot longer than I have identified trends. This 72 roll burst is the difference between what I'm doing and what other folks are talking about charting, just to kind of gauge at the table so you don't lose track of what roll you're on. You don't have to count it. It's really a kind of a mindless activity at that point, but it's kind of fun. I look at it like you're betting on the best number for the moment, and you see how it works out. So yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that, Jeff. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you watching. I think I'm going to do more live videos. It's one of those things that I've just started, and obviously I've got some technical difficulties right now, but what I'm really enjoying about it is that I get to chat with you guys and also get some feedback on some things like from Mac, you know, being able to reach out to him and maybe see what's going on with my tech, and maybe I can get it even better. But thank you guys for watching, man. Good luck at the tables. Stay lucky.